Hey there YouTube, I wanted to take a quick video for everybody because so many of these videos have been really helpful in teaching me how to work on this old rust bucket, Master Yoda I like to call him. But yeah, this is 8922R. It's a 2.4 cylinder or 2.4 liter 4-cylinder, and I had the you can see right here, I had this old belt. It's getting pretty chewed up, and this is the belt that goes on the alternator, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to get to. Most everybody that I saw doing videos said, you know, you gotta drain the coolant and you gotta take the fan out, and I didn't feel like doing all that, so I figured I would just kind of take a look and see if I could figure out a way around that, and indeed I have. So you start by taking off the skid plate, of course, because you got to access some of these bolts from the bottom. And then up here, this is the tensioner bolt, or the tensioner pulley on this belt that goes to, I don't know what, I guess the power steering. Yeah, this flows into the power steering, so this is the vacuum for the power steering. Here's the tensioner belt for it, and then there's one other pulley that it goes around down here at the bottom, if you can see that. I know the lighting isn't so good, especially with the brightness and whatnot, and I got this piece of cardboard underneath, so it's kind of hard to see, but you'll see there's 3 pulleys. This one's the tensioner, and you just use this bolt. If you look at the back of it, you'll see that there's like this fancy little setup where this bolt, as you loosen it, it makes this pulley go down. You might even need to loosen this nut a little bit. I did. Same with this other tensioner pulley, that this one here, that one connects to the AC compressor, and this point right here, which I guess is part of the drive shaft or something, I don't know. I'm not really that great with trucks, but I'm good at figuring shit out, and I figured out that you can in fact get these belts off without removing the fan, without draining all of your coolant and having to go out and buy new coolant, or try very carefully to keep a clean bucket and make sure you don't get any junk into your radiator. But yeah, that just seemed like a pain in the ass, pulling the whole fan and undoing all kinds of hoses, and every time I have to undo extra stuff, bolts end up breaking, and it's a big pain in the ass. But with this setup, I basically, and I'll show you the reason I started the video now. So I got the old belt out, and I did that by taking off all the other belts, because those were the primary impediments, and then this this fan, I got ahead of myself, taking this one off, and this fan was the other impediment. So you just take this belt and kind of scoot it over the fan and behind that first belt that I just showed you, because you don't even need to take that first belt off. I don't know if I'm getting good shots of this at all, but just kind of, if you can see, here's the new belt, and I just wiggled it right over the fan, and now it's going on to this first wheel, There's a second wheel here, and then just comes right on to the alternator, and then you push this alternator back out, and the alternator is actually what tensions it on this one. It doesn't have a tensioner pulley like the other ones, which would kind of be nice, but I guess they decided that was easier, so there you have it. You can in fact replace your alternator belt on 85 to 95 4-cylinder Toyota pickup trucks. And then now I'm gonna go ahead and put the other belts on. Here's the other belt. This is the one that went to the compressor. Still looks like it's in pretty good shape. It just got replaced last winter, so should be doing pretty good. But yeah, no need to take the fan off. Just wiggle that belt right around the fan and take off the 3 belts. Take off the 3 other belts, and you can get right in there without having to drain any coolant, without any fuss or muss. So yeah, good luck. I hope that helps some people with getting the alternator belt replaced on their 22R without having to take out the whole coolant system and mess with a bunch of extra bolts and drain a bunch of fluid and spend a bunch of extra time. This definitely saved me some time, so I hope it saves some other people some time. Peace, family.